What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. How are we feeling? We just got back from our Cincy show, and now some of us are in LA. Francesca, you are in New York because we have some exciting news this week. We have a lot going on. We had a great show. We'll get into that. But we are doing something very exciting in Los Angeles on Tuesday. But Fran is also doing something very exciting tonight, Monday night. We got invited to the big, can we talk about this?
Yeah.
We got invited to the big Christmas Joe Bro holiday movie premiere. Oh. And Fran said, guys, I'll see you later. I'm stopping home to go to the premiere.
LA's not going to work for me.
LA,
the Joe Bros are in town.
Yeah, the Joe Bros are in town. I'll see you later, which we 100% respect, and we're excited to see and hear the review about the film. Tell us about it. You didn't go yet, but tell us how excited you are for the event.
No, I am very excited. It is Monday night. Yeah, when I got that invitation, I was like, look, guys, I know you all want to go to LA straight from Cincinnati, which logistically makes a lot of sense. I will be going back to New York because I want to go to this premiere. And by God, I'm going to do it, you know? So the boys are back in town.
Yep, the boys
are
back in town.
They were on GMA this morning. They had a show in Buffalo over the weekend, Sunday night. They were posted and eating wings at Gabriel's. I was like, I think they sat at the same table we sat at, Rhea. I sent you Joe's TikTok.
I saw.
Now, if they would have went to Bar Bill, they would have been posting that too, because I still think about Bar Bill often. So I'm super excited. They're going to be in New York for this big event to get to watch the movie, which we did get screeners sent to us last week as well. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold off on watching it because I'm going to really take it in the premiere setting, being in the theater, getting to watch it with some snacks, holiday chic attire. So I'm looking forward to it. Gia's coming with me, so we're going to have fun. And I'm it's like there's a reception to follow that's at like a swanky place, so I'm excited. And then I'm on the first flight to LA Tuesday morning because we are headed to the ballroom.
We are headed to the ballroom, and we are so freaking excited. We are going to Dancing with the Stars on Tuesday night, and we are honored to be invited. It's the 20th anniversary birthday party, so we are so pumped. Like, I got chills thinking about being in that ballroom. I cannot wait.
No, I'm like, the fact that I will be in the ballroom at the same time as Tom Bergeron, like, oh my God. I hope I get to maybe give him a little Tom over here. So excited to see you.
Love you, big fan.
So excited to have you back, Tom. So I'm really excited, and it's going to be such a fun show. Everyone's been talking about the fact that they're doing these relay race, like the relay competition is with former mirror ball winners, which is really cool. Whitney is exempt from it because she won the monster dance challenge, so she doesn't have to do it. But we have mirror ball winners coming back. Joey is dancing with Alex Earl. Caitlin Bristow is dancing with Andy. Sochi is dancing with Robert. Apollo Ono is dancing with Jordan. And Rashad Jennings is dancing with Elaine. I think that's everybody. No. Yes. And Rumor Willis is dancing with Dylan Efron. Love that pairing. I was so excited when I saw that one too. That was one of like the last ones that they fully announced. But really, really fun. Such a fun idea. We're getting a lot of behind the scenes on social right now from all of them practicing and dancing. And yeah, are we going to be like a little conflicted because we fucking love Caitlin? She's dancing with Andy. But you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
That's the way it goes. We're going to be rooting for Caitlin. We obviously want her to fucking crush it. So we're going to be rooting for that. I think that these are great pairings. I think that Whitney not doing this is actually going to hurt her. I think it's actually a disadvantage
I think you're
to
right.
not be doing this because you're not
She's lost
on people's
airtime.
screens twice. You're losing airtime. And people think that, and I keep seeing her make TikToks to remind people, like, she's not safe from voting. She's just safe from doing the relay.
Yeah.
So I think that people are going to forget that. They're going to think that she's safe from voting. It's going to be an interesting night in the ballroom to see who goes home. And the fact that we are going to be there on set journalism right there, it's going to be fucking fantastic. I
Boots on the
cannot
ground.
wait. Boots on the ground. It's going to be so much fun and really like, oh my God, it's going to be a nail biter. Like we're going to be sitting there. We're going to be, oh my God, I cannot
really
wait.
is.
And I'm so excited for these pairings. Like the fact that we get to see these extra dances is an honor. I cannot wait.
It really is. I feel like we're in the presence of greatness. We're getting these Mirrorball winners who are all so good. Like I'm so excited to see these past dancers come back, and they're all people I wish I was able to see dance when they were, on their seasons, which is so fun. And we're getting some people that, were winners a long time ago. So it's a test to see them to come back and crush it. And I know everyone's going to be amazing. And gosh, it's just, you really get the thrill. Like the first time we went was 2 years ago, and it was so cool and it was so fun to experience it all for the first time. Now I'm even more excited because we kind of know how the run of show is and what to expect. So it's like just even more enjoyable, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And to be there for the special, like for the anniversary, the birthday, everything. Oh my God, tears maybe shed.
They definitely will be. It's dreams come true.
You think they're
but
going
we're
to
so
do a
excited
little
for that.
Think they're going to do a tribute to Len?
For sure.
I would think so.
I think they would
They'd
honor
have to
Len
honor
for
Len
the
in
20th
some
anniversary.
way. Which,
otherwise, rude.
yeah, and the tears will be shed again. So no, but very, very excited. Can't wait.
Yes, cannot wait for that. We had a great show in Cincy Saturday night. Spectacular crowd. We loved coming to Columbus, Ohio in spring 2024. It was so fun and such a great crowd, and we always talk about it. And this crowd lived up to the hype as well. We had some, people come again who came to the Columbus show, which really means a lot when people come to multiple shows. It means they really enjoyed it and they're coming back, which is really so great. And the crowd, the energy was amazing. And we just had so much fun. And Rachel was so good on stage. We had her in Columbus with Matt James at the time. And so now we had Rachel in Ohio again, single, which was so much fun. People asked great questions, got to know her skincare routine, which was obviously everyone wants to know that because she's flawless.
She is.
So it was really so amazing. And, now I'm just in my pajamas in LA because we had to keep it comfy and cozy this morning,
Yeah, absolutely. I completely understand the vibes. Is it, is the sun is shining over there?
The sun is shining. It's gorgeous out. The weather
nice.
is spectacular.
It's pretty gross in New York.
Yeah, I heard the weather in New York is not great, but once you get here, you're going to be like, wow, this weather is really good. We landed here in LA about 3 p.m. California time. We had to connect in Atlanta, which is really funny. We had like a little bit of a delay and we were watching the Falcons Colts game in the airport and rooting for Daniel Jones because he's a friend of Matt's. And as I'm rooting for Daniel Jones, I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my God, we are in Atlanta. It just hit us that we were like, oh my gosh, everyone's so locked into this game. Why? And I was like, oh my God, we're in Atlanta, because you're connecting, like you're not realizing it. I'm like, we're literally in Atlanta, which was so funny. And then we landed here, we dropped our bags off and we quickly scurried off to In-N-Out, which it's become a ritual when we come here, is that we need to maybe smoke a little bit and hit In-N-Out, which is what we did. And let me tell you, the 6-7 jokes in In-N-Out were at seeing this in real life, seeing it happen.
Yep.
I was speechless.
No, we all were stunned.
It's a different experience when you see it happen in the wild.
When you see it happen in the wild, there was a family next to us, a son, daughter, and their dad. And I heard them not want to get up and leave because the son wanted to wait until they called out 6-7. And he was telling his sister, like, make sure you're recording so you can get me doing 6'7". And then when they yelled 6'7", In-N-Out went wild. Like, there were little kids screaming, 6'7". I was like, oh.
Doing the motion, everything.
Everything, all of it. And,
all
and
for
the
just
four of us.
All for Order 67.
All for Order 67. And me, Matt, Noah, and Sarah, we're just looking at each other like, we can't believe we're witnessing this.
Wow.
In real time, in real life. I was like, all right, we got to get out of here. All of a sudden, I started getting dizzy. I was like, all right, this feels weird that we're witnessing this in real life.
It hits even harder with the LA kids, I'm sure.
They had their Snapchats out. They were like, 6'7", say it again. At the time when she said 57, they had it mistaken. They all got excited for a second. They were like, no, it was 57. Not 6'7". I'm like, oh,
like I wonder if
my God.
I wonder if the In-N-Out workers are dealing with this every day.
They
every
must
day,
be.
every day they're dreading when they hit Order 67.
I would just skip that number if I was him. Like, you know how hotels don't have floor 13? Just like there won't be an Order 6'7" anymore.
Yeah, I think that they probably should, because this must be happening every day. It has to be.
Yeah.
It was something. It was a sight. It was really a sight to see, honestly. I was a little upset, and I could have waited till Weekly Watch Report to talk about this, but I'll bring it up now so that the disappointment doesn't hit then. For some reason, my Hulu app on my iPad refuses to let me play All's Fair. I've tried downloading it. I've tried playing it, and maybe it's the Wi-Fi I'm connected to.
That's so weird.
I tried in the airport yesterday. I tried here last night. I couldn't get it. So unfortunately, I was not able to see what we've been talking about with All's Fair. I tried. I'm going to try on the television later, because I feel like if I connect to the streaming on the TV, but at that point I just got too tired and I fell asleep at like 8 p.m. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah, fair.
That's it. But couldn't get to All's Fair. But we're so excited for the week ahead, and we can't wait to share with everybody and give you guys a little behind the scenes of Dancing with the Stars. Let's get into the rest of today's episode. We are going to be talking about the Grammy nominations. Chase Stokes and Kelsea Ballerini back together, I guess. You know, they were spotted. Question mark. Kris Jenner's very large 70th birthday party. Kind of fucked up. He didn't get an invite. Seems like that Stranger Things story about Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour was not true.
Or true, and they're burying it.
Right. And Love Island Beyond the Villa was announced with the season 7 cast. And we have the Weekly Watch Report. So let's get into it. Batiste is an award-winning #1 dry shampoo, #1 in the U.S. and the world, and that is for a reason. I actually threw some Batiste dry shampoo in my hair this morning before recording, because it keeps your hair refreshed instantly when you get a blowout like I did. Maybe you want to keep it fresh for a couple of days, and you can refresh your hair with Batiste. It absorbs oil and grease for a cleaner looking and feeling hair with added volume and texture. It's great on your hair, it's easy on your wallet, and you get the blowout look without the blowout price. You know I love a good blowout, but even better than that, I love extending my blowout, and I could do that with Batiste dry shampoo. Batiste works better than the next leading competitor and brands that cost up to 2 times more, and it's a cult classic for a reason. You step into your girlfriend's house and you want to freshen up your hair, and you open up their cabinet, they got Batiste dry shampoo in there ready for you. So buy Batiste dry shampoo online or in store at your nearest retailer. The Grammy nominations were announced, and we had some shocks, some surprises, and the ones that you go, yeah, obviously they were nominated. I think the big thing for us originally seeing this was the fact that Addison Rae was nominated for Best New Artist, but a lot of people were left out of that. And there were people that were not nominated in general that people feel like they should have been nominated over Addison Rae. But we're not mad about it. I'm happy for our girl.
I agree. I think you know, I like to be happy for the people that do get nominated, and it is always unfortunate for the ones that don't, where you're like, oh, they deserve to be, but not take away from the people that were nominated, you know? Like, it's not like, oh, this person should have been in there and Addison Rae should be out. You should be like, no, they should both be in it, but there's only so many.
Right.
There's only so many slots. But it is a stacked Best New Artist category for sure. But God bless you.
Excuse me.
There's we can go through some of the big categories, but a lot of like what you expect. I think there was a lot of Sabrina, a lot of Bad Bunny, a lot of Anxiety by Doechii. That's on.
I do not like that song.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because you had really just said you just talked about it when we were playing trivia. You were like, you know that one, I really don't like it, and then bam's nominated for like 18 Grammys.
Did I mention it on last week's trivia, or is that the one that's coming up on this week?
Ooh, good question.
Because I mentioned it in we filmed 2 trivia games last week.
Yeah.
Back to back in the same day, and I mentioned, and I can't remember if it was last week's game or the one coming up. If it was last week's, then I'm repeating myself. But I love the song "Somebody That I Used to Know" by Gautier, and whenever Anxiety comes on, I think it's going to be Somebody That I Used to Know, but then it turns out to be just Anxiety, and I get upset because I love that song. So I'm just not a huge fan of that song, but I know how popular it was, so I understand why it's nominated. And I love Doechii, so I get it. Yeah. But it's the battle I have with the Somebody That I Used to Know.
For sure, because I think, and you always see people battling on TikTok, right? Because the fans, I've seen so many people be like, just because you're a fan of their music doesn't mean their music is good enough to be nominated for the Grammys. It's like, okay, well, let's reel it in, because yeah, sure, obviously you're going to root for the people that you're a fan of and you want to see them nominated because that's the music that you listen to. But when you see like certain songs, it's like, ugh, like you get it, but it's like, okay. Record of the year, we have DTMF, Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Manchild, Sabrina, Anxiety, Doechii, Wildflower, Billie Eilish, Abracadabra, Lady Gaga, Luther, Kendrick with SZA, The Subway, Chappell Roan, and APT.
I told you this the other day that when we were in Ibiza for our honeymoon, that song was like so popular there, and they had a specific dance for it. So Matt and I just got used to doing, every time we hear this song, they like do this thing with their fingers and they're like,
yeah,
and go like this, and it just was such a big thing there. We were like, what's going? I didn't know this was so big here. I think that's a stacked category. I am rooting for my girl Gaga. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, I know that
Abracadabra is also just like, as far as record of the year, like, it's just so good.
I love that album so much.
Yeah.
And a lot of those songs are so fantastic. And I fear that not many people appreciate it as much as they should. I know a lot of people do.
I agree.
know that a lot of people do. But I think it needs more appreciation. So obviously I'm pulling for my girl Gaga, although I think in this category, she's not going to be the winner here because there are some other really humongous songs in this category and some great artists. You know, I'm just in one of those moods right now where I'm just like, everyone's so great. I'm so proud of everybody that was nominated.
What an amazing, you know what? Good for everyone who was nominated.
It just hit me where I was like, I am just, it's a stacked category. What are we going to do, you know?
I will say, I think like with Super Bowl and just like the success he's had and the buzz, like I feel like this is going to be a big year for Bad Bunny at the Grammys. Like that would be...
it should be.
That would be my guess. Album of the year is, we got Bad Bunny. Justin Bieber actually got nominated for Swag, which very excited. I'm wondering, is it just Swag or Swag 2 as 2 separate albums? They are,
was
right?
He nominated for? He wasn't nominated for Album of the Year. He was nominated for like Pop Vocal Album of the Year, right?
No, he's nominated for Album of the Year. Swag.
He's nominated for Album of the Year, like the Album of the Year.
Don't sound like so disgusted. Yes, he was nominated for Album of the Year.
I do understand though, it's a little bit confusing because there's like multiple categories, right? That it's like Album of the Year, Pop Album of the Year.
Swag, Justin Bieber is nominated for Album of the Year.
Wow,
it's a big nomination.
Apologies to Justin. I thought you just got Pop Vocal, but
no,
but he got the big nom.
Sabrina, Clips, Pusha T, and Malice.
Great album.
Let God sort
I missed
him
that
out.
one.
Oh, incredible.
I should probably listen.
Pharrell Williams, producer on that. I see Pharrell did a lot on that album, actually.
Well, Clips is like Pharrell and
You still using Pharrell's skincare?
I am.
Nice.
Mayhem by Lady Gaga, Kendrick's album, GNX, Leon Thomas, Mutt, and Tyler the Creator. How do you say? What's his album, Noah? Chromacopia.
I was actually not a huge fan of that album, personally.
No, same, but I do like Sugar on My Tongue, which is just...
But that's not that album.
Is it not?
No, he put out... Chromacopia was like his big album. That's what's nominated. That is all of like he put out like a kind of a dance album type thing. That's a completely separate album.
Damn. Okay, I fucked up then. Shit, I'm off my game. Sorry, my apologies. Alrighty then.
Song of the Year, a lot of repeat offenders. Abracadabra Anxiety. TTMF. Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters. Luther, Manchild, and Wildflower. Now, like, this is what always is so interesting to me because it's so many of the same songs get nominated for Record of the Year, Song of the Year. Record of the Year it goes to production. Song of the Year goes to songwriting. Like, is like a lyrical masterpiece?
Excuse me, the people of Ibiza think it's lyrical genius.
Like, I don't know. So that's that category. I think a lot of people the timing is always very interesting because the window is like August to August, end of August. So like Billie Eilish's album was nominated last year, but then she released Wildflower as a single in the eligibility time. So Wildflower is able to be nominated. We all know Taylor Swift, her album was on the other side of that time. I saw a lot of people talking about Olivia Dean because she's nominated for Best New Artist, that like they were saying, oh, her label really dropped the ball because they obviously just weren't expecting the crazy blow up that she had through the summer into the fall, whereas like that the time that she released her album is sort of a lull period in music because so many artists do want their albums to come out in that time frame of eligibility for the Grammys for the next year. So her album came out in October, which was just like maybe quote unquote like a little bit of a dead zone. If you're not like fucking Taylor Swift, like it's got that kind of situation. So
her album came out in October.
Yes.
Right. I think, and I know that that's a dead zone for maybe just like Grammy nominations, I guess. And we talk about this every single year with the eligibility, how it's very confusing.
Yeah.
I love an album that gets released in October. I love a fall album.
Yeah. I think
the nominations
I think the label probably, if they're like really fucking pumped about an album, they're thinking summer.
It's so interesting because I just think of like fall albums. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Drake thing. Has Drake released a lot of albums in October?
I mean, he is
October's very own.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I don't know. It's just a random thought.
No, that's so fair.
Because I feel like Olivia Dean releasing her album in October is like good vibes. You know what I mean? For the fall.
And actually, you know what? It was actually the end of September.
My bad then, but same thing.
Yes,
end of September.
Close enough.
October.
September 26th is when the album came out.
It's just like that fall transition, a good new album coming out just gets everyone like a good vibe.
Yeah, September 26th. So she's nominated in Best New Artist along with Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, Lola Young. I saw a lot of people surprised that Ordinary didn't make its way into Record of the Year or Song of the Year because that song was fucking everywhere.
It is everywhere, but yet we only ever know The Ordinary, and I don't know any more of that song.
Yeah.
I've never gone, and it's a beautiful song, and people use it a lot this year for weddings and all that. I personally, and I don't know about you guys, have never went out of my way to like put it on my phone.
No, because
I just have heard it a lot.
You're surrounded by it constantly anyway.
Right. You don't know that one? The Ordinary?
No.
On TikTok, it was very
No,
popular. It was
that's-
like The Ordinary.
That's gotta be literally impossible.
And by the way, I'm not doing it justice. Obviously, like me singing it isn't
I'm
going to make
sure
you know
that
it.
I've heard it.
I'll play it. I'll play it for you because
there's
you're never going to catch the drift with me
there's
singing it.
actually no way you haven't heard this song. Rhea, I know we can't put it in the podcast, but play a little bit of it right now because if Noah hasn't heard this song, I will be shocked. It's like living under a rock, like the actually a boulder, a giant fucking boulder.
Okay, so we played the song. Do you know it or not?
I feel like maybe it's like, but
not
it's just
ringing
been like
a bell.
background. Like it's not like ringing a lot of bells for me.
Sometimes I
Crazy.
feel you though because sometimes people will bring up a song and I'm like, no, I really don't know that song. And then you play it and you want to say, oh yeah, but you're like, no, I still don't quite get it. So hey, maybe that's why I didn't get Song of the Year.
Yeah, on the No Ives scale. Some other standouts. Daisies did get nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance from Justin Bieber, as well as Man Child, Disease, The Subway, Messy by Lola Young, which was like, that's maybe another one where I thought like, oh, that song could have been in that category too. But I fucking love Disease. Disease is such a good song. And honestly, The Subway's a good song too. I was pumped for this. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande got nominated for Defying Gravity for Pop Duo Group Performance. Fuck yeah. And when they were at the premiere and they told them you guys were nominated for a Grammy, they were so fucking excited. I was fired up.
That's amazing because for once again, we're going back. I thought it would have been like last year's Grammys that they would have been nominated for that, but it's this year.
Yeah, because you think about the movie came out in November 2024.
Yes. Right. It's just they got to fix all that timing. I'm not going to lie, but I'm so excited for this. It's so freaking cool for them and they deserve that. That's an incredible nomination.
It really is. And K-pop Demon Hunters, Golden. I know everyone raved about that song and the Grammys awarded it for sure. That was in there too. Pop vocal album, Swag, Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend, Something Beautiful, Miley Cyrus, Mayhem, Lady Gaga, and our guy Teddy Swims got nominated for his album I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2.
Just a list of phenomenal singers in there. Just a bunch of phenomenal vocalists.
Really, if Teddy Swims is going to release anything, put him in the vocal category because the man has the best vocals. You know,
I'll never forget when he sat next to us and just sung out a little tune.
I know.
I know. A moment that will live with me forever.
I know.
He's spectacular.
Absolutely.
Happy for Miley. Deserved a nomination as well. There's a couple of great songs on there.
Some really good ones.
Wasn't my favorite album as a whole, but I did love a couple of the songs on there of Something Beautiful.
Yeah.
Including the song Something Beautiful is so good.
Yeah.
Easy Lover, classic. But I'm pulling for Gaga. You know it. You know what I mean? Like I've been repping my sweatshirt lately. I just don't know. There's other strong contenders.
I know, and I am pumped for her because she is in a lot of categories. She did get a lot of nominations. Because she's also in Best Dance Pop Recording for Abracadabra. And Selena Gomez and Benny got a nomination for Blue is Flame. I love that song. That's such a good song. Zara Larsson, Midnight Sun. Tate McRae got nominated for Just Keep Watching from the F1 movie. And Pink Pantheress got nominated for Illegal. A lot of the what are the tater tots? What are the Tate McRae fans?
The tater, that's what they're called, the tater
No,
tots?
I think I just made that up. But they should be called the tater tots. I don't know what they call themselves.
The tots.
But they have I've seen the TikToks. They were up in arms about the lack of nominations for Tate McRae, and a lot for because like the pop people that have the craziest stands, like they get to be the loudest. People love Tate McRae. They love Conan Gray. Like people are really upset about that one too. Gracie Abrams, I know the whole album came out in last year's eligibility, but then the deluxe version was this one. So I think like specifically for maybe, I'm trying to think of what, specifically for That's So True, I think. People were like, oh, that should have been in there as well. But it's hard. It's like I said, there's only so many spots, and sometimes you see songs that you're like, I have no idea what that song is, but I guess it's going to be nominated for a Grammy. And then, of course, we got into the rock alternative not first year, but I think it's People were also really discussing the fact that none of the like rock country artists are in any of the big 3 categories. Record, song, album, none of them are infiltrated those big categories. It's really like pop and like hip hop rap, and that's kind of it.
No Cowboy Carter this year. That's why.
Yeah, right. Yes, Noah's favorite album.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think it's
last
because
year was so stacked.
It was. We did talk about that. Last year was such an amazing year for music. And this year, too, I think is really great. But last year, it was just like
last year was
overpowering.
Better. Yeah.
It was like so many great albums. And it was like, oh my God, there's so much competition here on who can win.
Yeah.
So I think last year was a bit better. But I'm excited for this year's Grammys. I'm excited to see Justin Bieber back in the mix. I feel like it's probably been a while. And just excited to see who comes out with a win, because I feel like there's a lot of songs that you could just go in any direction depending on where you're hearing these songs the most. I think TikTok plays a huge factor on making songs popular these days, and you just never know who's going to come out with the win when it comes to that.
The Rolling Stones said the biggest snubs were Lord, The Weeknd, and my guy fucking Benson Boone.
Yeah, I think The Weeknd is
Lord
the
was a
most
big
streamed. The Weeknd is the most streamed artist on Spotify. So it's funny because people think he was snubbed again, and I think he was snubbed or people thought he was snubbed last year. But
people think it's because he said so much about the Grammys. Like him and Lord, they both have like a fickle past with the Grammys.
Yeah, but then he performed, and it was like
he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done hating the Grammys.
Right, and then he performed. I just haven't recently heard any of the Weeknd songs.
He did put out an album this year. I know that, but I really didn't listen to it.
But didn't he change from the Weeknd to Abel?
No, like I think
he never did it. Like he said he was going to do
maybe saying
that.
like that album was going to be like the last Weeknd album or something. But I didn't hear that album either, to be honest.
Yeah, he is the most streamed artist on Spotify, but I don't know any. I must have missed.
Hurry Up Tomorrow. Oh, because he put out that whole movie with it. Remember? Hurry Up Tomorrow, and then like the movie was being made fun of by like the whole internet. But like the actual album, I don't know.
Oh, I don't recall this. Must have missed that.
You don't, because who was in it? He cast like real actors in it.
No, I missed this one. Yeah.
And his acting was so bad, and everyone was like, "What is he doing?"
No, I didn't see this. No.
The movie was called Hurry Up Tomorrow too.
Oh my God, I feel so out of the loop. I'm embarrassed.
Who did he cast in it? It was like a real cast. Jenna Ortega, Barry Keoghan, like.
What?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Like, you're breaking news to me.
You didn't see any of this?
No,
I don't think I did either.
I didn't see a single thing about this.
Oh, like there's a certain scene where like everyone.
There's a certain corner of the internet where people are talking about.
I think it was like a big corner, like
a big corner that I must have missed.
But it was just like because Jenna Ortega was like being a good actress, and then it would cut to. It was like that show on HBO, like
The Idol,
where he was kind of just so bad.
Wow, I gotta look more into this when we stop recording.
In theaters, that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot.
And it's like him playing himself, like trying to make this album. I'm pretty sure that's like the premise.
When did this come out? This past year, 2025?
Yeah.
Or was this a 2024 thing?
Hurry Up Tomorrow movie, 2025 psychological thriller.
What month of 2025?
14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Still more than Couples Retreat, which is just fucking
May 16th.
I was busy around that time.
Yeah.
I must have been busy.
Hey, we would throw it on tonight.
Yeah, shit. We got to do a full review now. Damn, must have missed that. Well, people think he was snubbed, but I mean, maybe not snubbed if the whole internet was making fun of him for this album and movie.
But but it's more just his acting in the movie. Stick to music, you know.
No.
That's what.
No moonbeam.
Yeah, fair. Stick to what you know.
Stick to what you know. No moonbeam ice cream. Moonbeam ice cream. No role model.
People were very upset about that.
No role model.
I'm not
no rapper, country, and best new artist, or the other bigger ones. But yeah, girl groups. We got K-pop Demon Hunters, Cat's Eye, and it is really crazy. You get two people that were in the Hype House in best new artist. You know.
Hey, the Hype House, they make stars.
Real talent right there.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're both nominated for a freaking Grammy.
Yeah, I know.
Good for them.
I know.
All right, I think
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that wraps up the Grammy nominations. Super excited every year for it, even though, you know, a lot of it is probably friggin' rigged. We know that with award shows.
Yeah.
Always the case. But we're pulling for our faves. And like I said in the beginning, it's just like there's a bunch of great artists in there. So it's gonna be a heavyweight battle. It's gonna be a hard one.
You've heard me talk about Roback's women's line, but we are loving their products for the cooler temperatures. We're headed into winter. We can feel it coming. It's starting to get a little chilly in New York. The Roback fleeces are back, and we're so excited. The fleeces are so cute. They have the best fit that hits right at the waist, super cozy feel. So if you're going out for a morning walk or just hanging, you want to try the fleece. I love it because it's like going out the door, waking up in the morning, taking Olive out, throw on the fleece. It is so perfect for those morning walks. Second, their super popular Tempo hoodie and jogger sets are back. This fabric is so soft, so soft. They're so comfortable, perfect for a casual slow day if you're running errands, just hanging at home. They also have an amazing short. It is their Roback Sunrise shorts. I know you're probably not going to be walking outside in the shorts this time around, but maybe you're headed to the gym or a workout class. You can wear those shorts for really whatever activity you have in mind. They're the perfect length, made from ultra lightweight fabric, and they're super cute. You can use the code CHICKS on Roback.com for a generous 20% off your first order of performance fleeces, joggers, hoodies, and more. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off with the code CHICKS.
Moving on, people were very excited about this because a little while ago, Kelsea and Chase Stokes, Kelsea Ballerini and Chase Stokes, it was reported that they broke up. We didn't really hear anything from them specifically. I think Kelsey's team maybe talked to a couple outlets, and there were a couple quotes in there a little while back, but there was nothing from them specifically. And now they've been seen in Croatia, where they have been filming Outer Banks, and they're canoodling, they're twirling around, they're dancing, they're kissing, they're hugging, and people are speculating that they may be back together. Now, one would see these videos and go, "Oh, they're obviously back together." Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they're testing it out, they're taking it for another spin, and they want to see what happens.
Yeah, I would hope so too. I know there's been a lot of discourse in the comments of people being like, "Is this now? Is this old?" Like people thinking they were old videos, new videos. But they were seen in Scotland as well. Us Weekly posted an article that said they were spotted together near Scotland's Edinburgh Castle on October 13th. This eyewitness went on the record and spoke to Us Weekly, and she said he was very nice. We had a wee chat about how he was having a holiday in Scotland before going to Croatia to film the final season of Outer Banks. And she said that Chase took selfies with her son and her niece, and they both seemed really happy and smiley. According to the source, Stokes and Ballerini seemed like the sweetest people during their outing at Cannonball Restaurant and Bar. They were very much loved up and holding hands at the bar, she said. Neither Stokes nor Ballerini has addressed their recent Scottish getaway or their relationship status. And then weeks later, this past week, is what we're saying, people were spotted in Croatia, and that's really all we know so far. Like you said, sources at the time in September, it said, "Oh, it's a hard split and there's still so much love between them," and all these things. And now maybe they're trying to work it out, which would make me very happy. I think these two are great together. I really don't have anything to go off of that besides seeing their content and being a fan of both of them. And that's really all it takes for me to get behind these two. And I have been from the beginning. I've always loved this pairing. And I don't know, maybe there's a couple hiccups along the way. Something happened maybe during the summer, but he's wrapping up Outer Banks for good. I feel like it's a big sign if he wants her there with her through that process and all those things, you know? It's like a very big deal. And those videos were really fucking cute. I really do hope they were real. They were dancing around, canoodling. It was adorable.
Yeah, I'm really rooting for them as well. Like you said, we don't know them, but it seems like they're a great, cute couple. They look really happy. Kelsea actually just put out a song this past week, basically about if she's missing her time at motherhood.
Yeah.
And just being a woman. And I feel like a lot of women,
clock.
right, a lot of women can relate to this feeling, but Kelsey still so young.
Yeah.
I hope she knows, so much time, but it's a very relatable feeling. So I
Totally.
think people really felt that song, and I'm just hoping that they can work it out. If they're in Croatia together and they're wrapping up Chase, and Chase is wrapping up Outer Banks and kind of closing that chapter of his life, maybe it's time to close that chapter of his life and enter this new chapter. But rooting for these crazy kids, they're super cute whenever we see them together.
I agree.
I think people were just excited to get a little glimpse of them hanging out, which we all were. Moving on to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party was popping off. Everybody who knew everybody was at this party. It was at Jeff Bezos' house, which we were talking about yesterday, where we were like, how much bigger can Jeff Bezos' house be than Kris Jenner's? But it's got to be a lot, like you just think when you get to that certain point where you're a multi, he's a billionaire, but the Kardashians have so much money. You're like, did she really need to do it at Jeff Bezos' house? But it's Kris Jenner, so she's going to do it up, I guess.
The difference between her and him is like the difference between me and her, or probably more. Like, and the wealth department.
Yeah, it's an extreme jump.
And
but
it's also maybe
you
like
can't wrap your head around it.
No, you can't. And also I feel like with the fucking guest list that they had, maybe it was also an added security thing. Like I'm sure Jeff's home is protected like no tomorrow. I'm sure they have top-notch security, which could be huge when you have literally every famous like the biggest stars in the world at this party.
Right, celebrating Kris Jenner's 70th. This party looked insane. Everyone was dressed up.
Great theme.
I really liked looking at everyone's outfits.
Yeah, it was a 007D theme, James Bond.
Classic.
So everyone was dressed to the nines, which you love to see. But once we started to see this guest list roll through, I'm like, oh my God, we got here they go. All the Kardashians are coming in there celebrating. We got Stevie Wonder, Tyler Perry. We got Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Beyonce and Jay-Z were there. Apparently they were able to evade paparazzi, but they were inside the party. All their closest friends and family and the Hiltons, Kathy, Paris, it was nonstop really of people flooding into this party.
Did you see the photos of Justin Bieber that people are talking about?
Oh, I saw a picture of Justin Bieber. Is there like a specific one?
Here's the thing. You can't be a celebrity walking out of a party with any sort of white substance on your pants. And people automatically are jumping to a conclusion about there being a white substance on his pants. I said, what if he was just enjoying a powdered donut? I'm sure they had great desserts at this
There
party.
were probably
They spilled some sugar in there.
Let me tell you, I was
maybe
going
he
to
was having
say
a cup of coffee to end the night.
I was going to say the same thing. There were probably some great desserts.
They were.
That's what I would assume at a celebrity party. They must have had great desserts in there.
They definitely do have great desserts, though. Maybe I'm being naive, but they definitely have. I know that there's drugs, but I know that they
Also, I think these pictures are from him.
I think they have
showing up to the party.
Yeah, maybe that was when he was showing up at the party.
There was just people were just talking
had
about
donuts
it.
on his way to the party.
Yeah, he was showing up to the party satiated.
He is smoking a cigarette.
Oh, maybe it's ash.
So maybe it's just ash.
Maybe it's just ash.
Like,
I'm looking at this picture. I see it.
Sometimes ash can be white.
He does have a cigarette in his hand.
Yeah, so maybe he got a little ash on his pants.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever. Listen,
at the end of the day, they are at, and I'm not co-signing this, but they're at a Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party at Jeff Bezos' house.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine the stuff that they have there that we've never even seen or heard about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they got some shit that nobody knows about.
Kris looked gorgeous.
Including amazing powdered donuts.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, but there's munchkins in there.
Listen, the dessert, they probably have private chefs in there cooking up a storm.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Actually, we are so right because Dunkin' was the whole fucking sponsored campaign of the party.
That's so
there was
true.
Probably a million munchkins in there.
It was America Runs on Kris Jenner.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
America,
oh my God! So
all Dunkin'.
Obviously Justin Bieber got munchkins on his lap.
Well, you're telling me that they had to have a sponsor for this party?
No, they didn't have to. But
they didn't
it was
have
like,
to,
they
but
brought Duncan in for a slogan for the party.
And Hailey Bieber was walking out with a Munchkin box that said "America runs on Kris Jenner." Obviously, it was the Munchkins. I love those powdered Munchkins.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yep.
Classic.
Maybe
Classic
this was
mix-up.
all a ploy to get people to have this discussion, and then they find out
it's just Duncan. Just Justin Bieber runs on Duncan.
Yep. America runs on Kris Jenner.
On anything
and
else.
it was so
Just Duncan.
I saw all the pictures. The like PR firm that helped throw the party, or they had all these pictures of all the Duncan stuff that was inside. So
Classic mix-up. Oh, I'm glad you
look,
remembered that.
We were one step ahead of the game.
We were. I'm like, obviously it was fucking
obviously
donuts.
there was a shit ton of donuts in there, and it's like, yeah, we probably had that thought because subconsciously we forgot we saw all the Dunkin' branding.
Right, immediately jumped to donuts. But yeah.
By the way, Kim Kardashian failed the bar. We forgot to throw that in there while we're talking about them. She did fail the California bar. She posted on her story, this time wasn't the time. And you know what? I still applaud her for even trying to pursue this. It's something she doesn't need to do. Something she doesn't need to talk about publicly. She gets ridiculed endlessly. And it's like, at least, I applaud her for not being afraid to fail at something. Like doing it with all the success she has and being like, you know what? Shit, failed it. Gotta have to try again.
Listen, many people fail it, and she's one of them.
Yep, and she is one of them.
But she'll probably give it another swing.
I would think so.
But she's probably has to, I don't know if the All's Fair scripts are going to be giving her the legal advice that she needs to know for these tests.
Probably not.
But I know that she always talks about studying and stuff, so she'll give it another go.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving along, we need to clear up the big story from last week that we talked about with Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour of Stranger Things, talking about allegedly there was some rumors that Millie Bobby Brown filed a lawsuit or a complaint about David Harbour bullying her on the set of Stranger Things, and it was this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then they were seen chumming it up on the carpet, laughing, hugging. She's like a daughter to me, all this shit. And everyone was like, well, okay, well, that article was wrong, or they're covering it up, which I'm going to lean maybe towards that it was wrong, because I don't know if Millie Bobby Brown is like hugging David Harbour on the carpet if it's them covering it up. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm being naive. Maybe they're covering it up. Listen, by the way, from what we heard, not a fantastic guy from our assumption.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, are they covering up so people watch this season of Stranger Things and they don't want people to not watch it? But I think people will watch it anyway. It's confusing. Your story gets out like that and you're just like, where's the jump? Where did this come from? Out of thin air? How does this story just come out of thin air?
Which is why I don't really think so. I think Netflix intervened to try and save this last season and the discourse around it. But they were all smiles on the red carpet. I'm reading from a Variety article because it was all very, very chummy on the carpet. David Harbour only did one interview, which was with E.T. It was the only outlet he granted an interview with. And he said of Millie, I adore her and I've been proud to watch all of them grow up and become such great artists. This particular project is so special and we've gotten to know each other so deeply. Then they wrote, if the two seemed overly chummy on Thursday, perhaps that was the point. The premiere event came just days after the UK's Daily Mail's report that Brown had filed a complaint of bullying and harassment against Harbour prior to the start of production of season 5. Neither star commented on the story, and Harbour limited his interactions with the press at the premiere. The news of this complaint against Harbour has threatened to overshadow coverage of the final season of Stranger Things, but insiders say that even before the recent news, Harbour wasn't expected to take part in press junkets for the show due to his busy filming schedule. He's got a bunch coming out, I guess. PR experts suggested to Variety that the red carpet choreography, as well as the full cast appearance together on stage at the TCL Chinese Theater prior to screening episode 1, was meant to send a message that the cast is united and that the show is bigger than any one person. The goal in these situations is to make it no worse, one crisis PR exec said. Instead, Netflix leaned into the imagery of Harbour and Brown being playful on the carpet, posting a video of the two as they greeted fans. Brown's fashion brand, Florence by Mills, liked the video and posted a heart emoji. And many of the fans' comments on the post suggested that they thought the reports of drama between the two stars was much ado about nothing. Photos taken inside the party also showed the two being chummy. Sources with knowledge of the situation have confirmed to Variety that there was an investigation into Brown's complaint and that it was resolved. As father and daughter on the show, as well as comrades in arms, Brown and Harbour share multiple scenes in season 5. And they haven't reported on any of these comments. They asked executive producer Sean Levy about the complaints. He just said that they all spoke about the insurance of ensuring their cast feels safe within the family atmosphere of the show. He said, I've read a bunch of stories and they range from wildly inaccurate to there's just so much noise around it. That's really all he kind of said about it. He's like, we've been doing this for 10 years. We are a family, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know.
So it sounds like that something must have happened and there was a complaint of some sort, allegedly.
Yeah.
And maybe it's been resolved. Maybe they put it aside for just the sake of this new season.
Right.
Maybe Netflix stepped in and was like, you two got to promote this season, all right?
Yeah.
The last season, that whole thing.
And it is very easy to rip apart.
If that is true, though, that kind of sucks for Millie Bobby Brown, like having to just put something aside for like the sake of promoting a show. But would be very big of her, but also uncomfortable at the same time if this is all true. So it's a confusing story, and I think people were just like a little thrown off seeing those red carpet pictures, including us, after that story, because you don't know what's true or not, and then we're talking about it, and I don't know what's true, so I don't know exactly what to say.
It got really ripped apart too because the source of the Daily Mail article was apparently someone close to Lily Allen. So it's like, this is ulterior motives, the whole thing. They're trying to disparage his name, all of the blah, blah, all of that type of narrative. So I also kind of forget how much of a crazy fandom Stranger Things has and how, which is not, I guess it's kind of a crazy thing for me to say, but I know people love the show, but it's more so of the characters and actors and actresses where when this story came out, I couldn't believe the people. Like, there were so many comments defending him and that this is impossible and all these things. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know people rode for David Harbour this hard. Like,
right. And it's also just the jump immediately to this is impossible and there's no way.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit right with me because it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can be a huge fan of somebody and that's great. But to just immediately jump to, no, there's no way he could do that. It's like, well, you don't know. You weren't there. So,
yeah, totally.
you obviously hope it's not true, of course.
Yeah.
But we just don't know, especially when a story gets thrown out like that and then all of a sudden they're on the carpet together. So who knows at this point, but they clearly wanted to make it seem like everything's okay.
Right, exactly. I think at the end of the day, they're probably they're probably extremely proud of the work they've done in this season and they want that to be the focus,
Yeah, exactly. Especially last season and it jump-started a lot of careers.
Yeah.
They probably want that to be the focus.
Yeah.
Last topic. Love Island Beyond the Villa is coming back with the season 7 cast. And this, I think, is a good strategy here. They got a lot of singles in the mix. They also have some couples. We got Iris and TJ in there. We got Clark and Taylor in there. But then you got a couple of singles mixed in. You got Amaya and Brian, who are separated. They're both on the show. You got Chris. You got Beldasha. You got Jeremiah. Pepe is on there. So we're going to probably see some sort of conversation about Iris and Pepe and what happened there.
Yeah, some of the Casa
I feel
girls.
like, listen, I fucking love Serena, Janae, and Leah, and I will always follow them and support them because I think they're awesome. I think that season of Beyond the Villa wasn't exactly the most enticing. It wasn't the most exciting, a little bit boring and whatnot, because they're off doing their thing and they should thrive doing that, online, on social media. They got businesses, they're conquering it all and they're fucking fantastic. I think having this setup though, where we got some a lot of singles in the mix, Kendall was single, Kayla, Liv, they were single, but this seems like much more of that this season, which could be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was very much on purpose. I think with the season 6 cast, it was a lot of a lot of couples that were also just trying to live their life and maybe weren't as obsessed with the way that the show was being formatted. And I could maybe see this cast going into it down for a little more drama. I don't know if the friendships are quite as tight and like that loyalty that is there for a lot of them. I think that they're gonna have a ton of fun. There are obviously some massive couples that are missing from this. No Nick and Alandria, no Ace and Shelley. Huda's not on here, which I can't say I'm surprised about with everything
Honestly,
that's
good.
been going on with her. And I think I don't know. I thought that's very interesting. I don't really know. We don't know why that is. Like if maybe they just didn't want to do it. That would be my guess is that they're probably just like,
very fair
don't
because
want to do
they
it.
are so successful right now, like running around doing their own
Absolutely.
thing. So I feel like in their minds, they're probably like, maybe there's no need for us to do that.
Yeah.
So I think this will be interesting, give it another shot. Wasn't the most exciting first season, but they're obviously going to give it another go because people are loyal to following these people.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. That wraps up today's topics. There's one thing I love about our live shows, and it's that everybody is drinking the RumHaven cocktail. And especially for us, when we hit trivia on stage and we get those RumHaven cocktails brought right to us, we are instantly refreshed, a great pick-me-up, and we are ready to go. And the only thing we love as much as you guys are those delicious cocktails. And no one serves up real, delicious drinks like RumHaven. RumHaven is made with real coconut water with no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste. And you can't beat the taste of real coconut water, which is RumHaven is made with. It's delicious, it's clean, it's refreshing. You could drink it straight over ice. You could drink it with a little juice. You can make a little cocktail like we do at our Chicks in the Office live shows, and people love it. It's so delicious. When somebody walks up to us and says, "Oh my God, this RumHaven cocktail is so good," we're like, "Yes, we know. Thank you for listening to us." So head to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice to learn more. All right, let's get into the weekly watch report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly watch report on Monday. 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 The crowd in Cincinnati sang that, and it was amazing.
That was crazy.
They sang it in the exact tune, and it was honestly
It was pretty sick.
heartwarming, and I literally was almost brought to tears. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this
they
is
were
such a
like-
magical moment.
They did the on Monday.
Yeah, they did the on Monday, like deep voice, which was so cool. So shout out to you guys for singing that back to me. I don't have a long list, unfortunately. I watched Squid Game, The Challenge, Season 2. I'll give that an A. I talked about it last week. I was so locked in that I have to give it an A for how locked in I was. I thought it was very interesting. And that... I honestly didn't watch anything else that was new. On the plane yesterday, I kind of slept for a lot of it, and then I just put on Chopped on the TV.
You want to talk about watching Freakier Friday 2 weeks ago and not talking about it?
Oh, I forgot. I did do that. I watched Freakier Friday on the plane home from Chicago. And I'll give that a C. Maybe a C. No, I'll give it a C+. I'll give it a C+. The nostalgia.
Yeah.
Love seeing that back on the screen. I'm almost forgetting kind of some of it because now it's been 2 weeks and I forgot that I even watched it in the first place.
Yeah.
I'll give it a C+. I didn't love it, but it was cute.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed my time watching it.
I still need to watch it.
You're always going to love the first more. So I'll give that a C+.
Of course.
In that I watched the new episode of I Love LA, second episode. I will give that a lower grade than the first episode. I liked the first episode better than the second episode. The second episode I will give... I'm torn between a B- and a C+. I'll give the second episode a C+. I like the show and I like the premise a lot.
Yeah.
But I liked the first episode better. And...
You want to grade Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing with the Stars this week.
Flavor Flav will give it an A+.
Yeah, no, right. I'll give it an A-, entertaining factor, of course.
Yeah.
There were a lot of frustrations.
Yep.
But that's what makes for a good show when you're locked in like that and you have a lot of passion and feelings towards it. That to me means it was good. So I'll
Absolutely.
give it an A-. The season's just obviously very engaging as a whole. So I'll give that an A-. And that's it for anything new. Probably just a couple of repeats on the planes and stuff like that. And I unfortunately did not get to watch All's Fair, but I will make it happen.
Yes. So, I finished Nobody Wants This. I said I was going to, and I did. And, I don't know. It's just not that deep to me. Like, it's a cute show.
I think it's so cute and funny.
I enjoyed it. I thought that the last episode was like a little rushed when it came to just their Noah and Joanne's like relationship. Because all of a sudden I'm looking at the time, I'm like, there's 5 minutes left of this episode, like obviously something's going to happen. And then, of course, that's also on purpose. They did just announce they got renewed for a third season. So we're going to see how it all, really plays out. But I really loved Esther in this season. She was really like my favorite, I thought, and just kind of her journey throughout this season. It's a B. Like, I like it. It's cute. It's fun. And I will say I did feel like their chemistry was better in the first season than the second season a little bit.
I agree with that. I think that this season should have ended with them not being together. So that there was more of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
For if they are going to be together in season 3.
Right.
Because they end up together and you're like, but this isn't going to work again. You're going to have the same same conversation in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
well,
I
think she's ready to convert. I think that's going to be the third season.
Maybe she is. I think that they should have left it on a cliffhanger, and then the first episode should have been she's ready to convert, and then like maybe she's not ready again. I don't know. Just to spice it up a little bit more. But I agree with you. Cute, funny show.
Yeah. I started Selling Sunset. I think I watched 4 episodes, maybe 5. I watched enough where I saw the situation with Nicole at the table with her comments about Chrishell's parents, and then them having to fire her. Spoiler alert. But I've seen that in the news like a million times. It's been all over the place. So I was just kind of like waiting for that moment to happen because I was like, I know that is coming, because Chrishell has also announced that she is leaving Selling Sunset. This is going to be her last season, which is super fair. I think that from what it seems, it was a lot this past season for her. And I haven't gotten to the stuff with Emma yet. I know that their friendship has kind of fallen apart with a ex-boyfriend of Emma's. It seems like kind of a shitty guy. I saw Mary doing an interview that said maybe they're not together right now. I don't know. I'm trying to piece it's hard to, Selling Sunset's another one of those shows that's hard to piece together because it is filmed months ago and then so much changes by the time it comes out. Then I'm like, are they friends? Are they not friends? Who's talking? Who's not talking? Selling Sunset's like a solid C. I mean, it is just one of those shows. I'm like, oh, Selling Sunset's back on. I guess I'll watch that. I've watched 2.5 episodes of Squid Game, The Challenge, because they love to end an episode in the middle of a challenge. It's their tactic. It's what they do. It's how you get the next episode to start playing. I know now it's week to week, so then they leave you on the cliffhanger. But as I'm catching,
next 5 episodes are out on Tuesday.
Oh, all together.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So, like, that's seriously, you just have to watch the next one. I'm watching these people catch a ball. I'm like, why are we acting like this is the hardest challenge of all time, trying to catch a ball? But I understand it's for a shit ton of money, so pressure is high. But they ended right in the middle. I'm like, oh my God, is he going to catch it? Is he not? So then you have to watch like the first 15, 20 minutes of the next episode, at least to the end of that challenge. So I did that. I made it to the end of the catch challenge, and saw who went home there. But I mean, it's good. I'll give it a B. Like, it's very entertaining, and they do cast some fucking characters on this show. They really do, which is always very interesting. So locked into that. I watched Chicago Med and Fire. I didn't watch PD PD's just hasn't been that good for me, guys. I don't know what to say about it. It's just not as enjoyable. Like I find myself excited to watch Med and Fire, and then when it gets to PD, I'm like, ugh, like I don't really know. I'm not feeling it as much. So Med and Fire, I'll give a B, and PD, honestly, I actually can't even grade PD because I didn't watch it this week. So Med and Fire, I'll give a B. And Joe and I watched a documentary on Netflix that he had wanted to watch, and I didn't really know much about it, but it was really, really good. It was called In Waves and War, and it was it's a documentary about 3 former U.S. Navy SEALs who have gone through like just the craziest shit as their time as Navy SEALs, and how they've tried to like combat their PTSD and their mental health issues, and talking about like the effects on their family and being out of the Navy SEALs. And then it goes into actually how they've now used psychedelic assisted therapy that's really, really helped them. And the journey of, getting to that point of even trying it, and then the process of trying it and then being out of it, and how it's really, really changed our lives. Like one of the guys, he's got teenage kids, and the situation with the family, his wife is talking about walking in and seeing him in these like insanely vulnerable states where, thinking that he was maybe going to take his own life. And then they get to this point of trying out these therapies that are pretty wild and out there, and take them on, the psychedelic journeys, but have really, really, really helped them in their healing process, and showing other people dealing with PTSD who have now tried to use those therapies. It was really very fascinating and very well made. It's because you hear about those missions, you hear about Lone Survivor, massive movie made out of it and all those things, but this was like a story of the guys and how it affected them that weren't the ones that were picked on that mission, and they come back and they have to deal with that all of these guys that they know are now all dead. And it was just a whole nother point of view that was very, very interesting. It was really, really good. It's an A documentary. I was locked in the whole time. Really well done, really well made. Acorns believes that everybody has the potential to be a great investor. That's why they make it so easy to start investing. With Acorns, you can sign up and give your money a chance to grow in 5 minutes. You can even start investing with just your spare change. Acorns will round every purchase you make up to the nearest dollar and automatically invest your spare change for you. Think of it like a more responsible version of girl math. Now it's not just a coffee, it's a coffee plus an investment in your future. And with the Acorns Potential Screen, you get a clear view of how your money could grow over time. Plus, you can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're building towards your goals. Ready to see your money's potential? Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $20 bonus investment. Head to acorns.com/chicks or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/chicks. Oh, I want to grade the Wicked special that was on Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
One Wonderful Night. Fucking amazing. A+. No, just like the smiling ear to ear the entire time. They put it out on streaming as well that you can listen to it. Their voices are out of this freaking world. Ariana brought up maybe the cutest little kid I've ever seen in my life for Popular, Remington. What a star he is. 4 years old. He's like hitting all his cues. He's doing all his the cutest thing I've ever seen. I was very sad there was no Jonathan Bailey. He was unavailable to participate. But the whole thing was so entertaining. Just made me so excited for Wicked for Good. We're almost there, which is just really, I can't believe we're almost there. And then we got to hear them sing For Good in its entirety at the Gershwin. Cynthia, Ariana, Idina Menzel, and Kristen Chenoweth all together. I mean, just talk about a tearjerker. It was unbelievable. I was actually cracking up last night. We were watching football, and the Wicked For Good trailer came on or something in a commercial. You know, it's Wicked For Good, and November 21st. And Joe looks at me, he goes, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, there's a second one. And I was like, are you
Have
living
you not
under a
talked
rock?
about it with him?
Yeah, he thought I was just going to see Wicked like again in like another, like some other version of Wicked, just like again. He's like,
Oh my
I didn't
God.
realize there's a whole second part. I was cracking up. So that was really, really good. And all's fair. Episode 1. I actually can only grade episode 1 because I haven't watched 2 and 3. And episode 1 just was such a roller coaster that I'm excited to continue watching.
You gave it an F last week.
I did give it an F.
Are you changing it now?
She's changing because
She's
people are
changing it
saying
because
it's bad-
people
it's good.
were
No,
saying it was good.
You know, I am easily influenced. That is definitely.
But just
But
put what you think.
But you gave it an F last week off your initial reaction.
But it's an F. But I'm gonna keep watching F. You know, like an F really makes it think like, oh my God, this was awful. I don't want to watch it. But it's like it's an F that I love, that I want to keep watching.
So
if
like
that makes
it's an
sense.
F/A.
Yeah, right. Like it's bad, but I'm locked in. And that's everything I watched.
Okay. I watched the last 2 episodes of Chad Powers. So I finished season 1. Great show. I enjoyed it a lot.
Hell of a cliffhanger, huh?
Like it is, but I didn't like really need to, like part of me wasn't like I need to know what happens in this game. Like it felt like it ended nicely and like I'm hoping there's a second season, but it wasn't like he's running toward the end zone and like will he, like I don't know. It just
We need to know if he plays good.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but I'm like
Yeah, it was more
I'm
like,
sure
is he
will.
going to be
I'm sure Chad will play great. Like
Well,
Yeah,
you
it
never
was
know.
more,
'cause
is he
Russ
going to be
Holiday
found
fucked it
out?
up.
Like,
Russ
the found out thing is definitely like what I want to know. Like
Right.
But the game and like I don't know, but I enjoyed it a lot. So I'll give Chad Powers a B+. Like that's just a solid show for me. I watched the most recent episode of the Murdochs, and this is the craziest one so far. I don't know if you've seen, like I saw Feidelberg tweeting about it. Like I'm seeing more people watching it now, but yeah, I mean just an insane story, and like not really to give anything away because it's a true story and everyone knows about it. But like this is the episode where like the murders happen, so it's pretty wild. Right. But yeah, I'm pretty locked in. Like it's crazy. I'll give it a B+. I think it's a solid show. And then last night in this very room, I
that we are sitting in right now.
watched the first 2 episodes of this show that popped, like a clip of it popped on my TikTok, and I kind of grabbed my attention, and then I went, and it's called All Her Fault.
Yes, I saw.
I've been told by
somebody talk about this.
All my friends say I have to watch
Snook.
this.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the premise is that her son, like 5-year-old son, someone picked her son up from school. Like she has no idea where like her son is.
So her son gets kidnapped.
Yeah. But I don't want to give anything away. But it's like I'm locked in. Like it's very good, and she's, the acting is great. I don't know the other guy's name, but he was in The White Lotus. He's the guy who was like freaking out about not having the right room. That guy.
Oh yes, the
And
dick
he's always-
husband.
he's always really good and stuff. And then Michael Pena. Like there's a lot of good actors.
Yeah,
in it.
that's on Peacock, right?
That's on Peacock.
Yeah, that's on my list.
And yeah, I would actually very much recommend that. I'm pretty locked in. It's good. It's like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. And I will give that a B+ as of now.
B+ is all around solid shows.
Yeah,
B+ is always solid.
Yeah, it's not like the greatest thing I've ever watched,
But you're enjoying
But like
it.
it's really good.
Yeah.
And that's all I watched.
All right. That's everything we watched. Some things on the list that I definitely want to get around to.
I don't think I graded Dancing with the Stars. No,
right.
I'm with you. A-. I mean, I think it would like.
Oh, I guess I should grade
Flavor Flav brought it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Dancing with the Stars an A+ because Andy made it through.
Yes.
And I'm happy about that.
Oh, good. I'm so happy for you.
Actually, no, I can't give it an A+ because Flavor Flav is just so god awful.
Yeah.
So I'll give it an A-.
All right, we're all on the same page then. All right, that wraps up everything we watched this week. Some things on the list. Hopefully we can cross them off so we can talk about it next Monday. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We are so excited to go to Dancing with the Stars on Tuesday, and we will be giving you a full recap of our behind-the-scenes experience of Dancing with the Stars on Wednesday. So look forward to that. We love you guys so very much. Big smooches, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? 2 chicks getting paid in reality checks. You can find them at the gym, it's not even